Today's date.
Grand Rising, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us this morning. At 9 a.m., we will close our social media and continue on Zoom only. Join us by getting your Zoom link at elizabethvisionaryconference.org. We'll be there until 10 a.m. You can join us now, and we'll see you in the Elizabeth Zoom room. Today, your hosts are Queen Aduni and Danni Stillwell. Enjoy.
Grand Rising, beautiful sisters, beautiful queens. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day to be alive. Okay.
It's a great day to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
Top side of the soil. I love it. I love being on the
Look
top
beautiful, Danni. You look simply beautiful, my queen, Danni.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just thank God this morning. I'm so grateful. Oh man. So grateful for many things.
Many, many, many. Yes.
Many things. Just
Yeah.
the little things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I awake, I try to listen for the first tweet of the birds. You know, it always comes maybe like at 4:30, 5 o'clock.
You wake up that early?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness
I
gracious.
do. I get up and I get my readings and my prayers done, and that's how I greet my day. And that way the busyness of the day doesn't get in the way of all of that. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And so I get that done. So I'm listening for that first chirp, you know. And it's such a wonderful sound, that first chirp. But let me tell you, I'm grateful for so much. Hey, Pam. She is a star for real.
Uh-huh. You
And
know,
you
her
know,
new name is Star.
I still have something for you. If I'm gonna bring it to you, Queen, and then you can pass Pam's on to her as well. How about that?
Well, we live in the same place.
Oh, cool. Oh, I love that space. I love that space. Such a sacred space. Yeah. Okay. Well, then it's easy to find. It's easy to find. So
Well,
I'll call
I
you.
don't think you know where I live.
Huh?
I don't think you know where I live, or where you talk. Are you talking about the shop?
Down on Iron Street? That's the shop.
That's the shop.
Oh, I thought you lived in the same building as the shop.
No, that would be too close.
That would be too close. I got you. I got you.
Ooh-wee.
Look, I know just how you feel. My massage room is in my home, so I know just how you feel. I always be tempted to do somebody. Okay.
Yes, right, right.
So just text it to me.
Yes, I will.
Yes. Now who was that 804 number?
That is Empress.
Empress. Grand Rising.
Yeah, she's dealing with whatever I don't know, moving or the phone and everything crazy. So matter of fact, let me change your name right here so everybody will know who the queen is right there, right there. There we go. So you know how Empress is usually, her and Hetheru always they jam on the chat. So we will she just texts me different things, and I'll say it. She texts me everything. So yesterday was very was very good. All week has been wonderful. Wednesday we had two gentlemen on, two brothers on, and what they was talking about was amazing. God, we've just had such wonderful speakers. And this week, as every week, has been, you know, just doing its own thing. and just organically happening. And yeah, it's been really good, really good. And then the phone number changed. Okay, okay. Well, thank God. I think I remembered most of the people that come in as guests, and then I just sent it out to the group. So that's our new number right now. So everybody just hold on to that. So how was your week, Danny?
My week was different. I just keep some sisters held up in prayer. I have had 3 friends who lost their children, and they were all sons. And so I've been on what is it? Just support duty.
Yeah.
As they make, arrangements and everything. So it is, but you know what? At the beginning of every season, there is birth and death. And especially at the end of the year, where there are souls that just say, you know what? I'm done. I don't need to prove anything else. I don't need to do anything else. I came here to do what I needed to do, and then they leave. So it is difficult at best for a loss, but when you talk about losing your child, I don't care how old they get.
Yeah.
Just
like I'm not supposed to go before my children.
Right.
No, I'm supposed to go. I'm supposed to go before my children. They're not supposed to go before me.
Yeah.
That is heavy.
And to us, it seems like the order is all jacked up,
Yeah.
It's just jacked up. But God says, my ways are not your ways. And everything has a purpose. And so I'm also learning that there are short timers, those people who are only here for just a short period of time.
Yeah.
But they bring to this existence what they're supposed to bring, and then they're done. And then they start working for us on the other side. So our angels, our great angels. So that's what I've been doing all week. Yeah, that's been it. Unfortunately and fortunately, yeah. So I am grateful in spite of. In spite of. You know what I want to say? I'm just the little things. Yes, I had a leak in my home, and the plumber came by, and I was thinking as he was working, because in the kitchen the water was just dripping out, and I was just like, what the heck? I know that it was a blockage someplace, but I just thought he could blow it out. And I live in an older home. Man, when he took that pipe off, it was completely clogged. And I think about those times where we're clogged, completely clogged with nonsense and foolishness and stuff that doesn't honor us and things that are beneath us. And our light can't trickle. Our light just is barely trickling out. And we're not, our spirit can't flow or whatever it is. And so I was thinking about you and your vision with Elizabeth, and you create a space for the light to flow through these women. And I'm so grateful that you were obedient to the vision.
Ashe. Ashe. Me too, because you could just tell that it's not about me. It's not about.
Oh, it's bigger than you. It's bigger than you.
Yeah.
But it had to come through you.
Yeah.
It had to come through you.
And the name Elizabeth is powerful. And it's so easy for people to take it on when they understand you want to be an Elizabeth and you want Elizabeth around you. And then when I say you're an Elizabeth, I'm your Elizabeth, because I'm definitely, and I do say this, I'm definitely an Elizabeth.
Yeah. As you shake your head.
Yes, right. The sister did. And then they smile, they all smile, male or female, they'll smile like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
elicits that
I
type
guess
of
I am an
energy.
Elizabeth. Yeah, they take
Mhm.
it on. They take it
Yeah.
on. Yeah, that's so it's beautiful. It's beautiful
Mhm.
when you are able to go, when you're able to flow versus going uphill. You just going downhill and you just ride that
Right, that
that
smooth
wave, just
wave.
ride it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nothing is difficult. There's no efforting. There's no struggle. It's just flow. Everything that comes up to meet you is ease and flow, baby. And I swear to God, it feels so good.
It feels good. It
Mhm.
really does. So,
Yeah. We
oof.
know Lily B was going to be outside somewhere. Grand
Oh,
Rising. She on the move, baby.
is that Ayana with you?
Nope, that's Amber. Happy Friday, beautiful ladies. How y'all feeling today?
Happy Friday.
Oh,
Yes, just got off work, just clocked out, so I had to make sure I clock in with you all. The Elizabeths, as usual. Yes, I am outside at the
I know.
water, catching me a view before I go start. Today is my daughter's gender reveal, so
where?
got a
Who's
lot of little
revealing
stuff
their?
to do today. Me, I know what the baby is. And it's gonna be at my house.
So the baby is going to be your
Grandbaby.
Granddaughter. Ayana, though, that is on here with us.
yes.
Yeah, she's having a
Well,
person.
congratulations.
Mhm.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yep. This is gonna be different.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is it
but
your
I'm sure
first
it'll be awesome.
grandchild?
Yes, this is
Is
my
it your
first one.
first?
Yes.
Ooh, honey, let
Oh
me tell
boy.
you, you are done for now. I just want you to know it's a wrap.
Oh man.
Woo. When you can just love up on a soul and you don't have to be responsible for it. Okay.
Yes.
When you don't have to worry about where they go to school, how they gonna get there, or when you don't have to worry about none of that, all you have to do is have fun, baby.
Yeah.
It's a different thing. I've heard.
Yes.
Everybody's been telling me that, like, yeah, grandparents, yeah, being a grand is a different thing than being a parent. And
Yes.
it is, because you get to watch your child parents and experience,
Yes.
dibble and dabble in it, see if they took any of the values and stuff, like, anything they learned as a child and growing up, and if they're going to utilize that. That's what I want to see for my daughter.
Absolutely.
Oh, well,
Absolutely.
it will absolutely happen, because that's when the conversation changes to, now I understand, Mom. Now I understand. Now I understand. I didn't like this,
Get
but
it
now I
now.
understand.
Mhm.
But your grandchild will be in love with grandma, because you
Oh,
go out
yeah.
all the time, and so they're gonna. I want to go with grandma. I
I
want to
know. I
go.
see it now. I see it now.
That is
A
beautiful.
little road runner.
Oh, and let me tell you, your grandmother, she is going to just fall in love again to see another generation before she leaves
Oh
Earth.
my.
Yes, I believe that too.
And,
So
and
your
the-
grandmother is
Yes.
still living.
Yes.
Oh, you got to
Yep.
take that generational photo. Really?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep,
at the gender reveal, or no, after the baby is here.
yeah, we got to get them here first.
You got to get it, yeah, because so many people miss that opportunity because they didn't think about it. They did not think about that generational photo. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, praise God.
Yeah.
Praise God. Yes.
Isn't it a blessing? It's something wonderful. Like, yes, I'm definitely thankful. This is definitely different. Like, it's different because my grandmother is gonna be here to see the baby. Like,
Ah,
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Like
So
my grandmother is here. She's going to see the baby. Even though my mom, she isn't here physically to see the baby, but I'm sure she's already in
Oh,
cahoots with the
yeah.
baby.
Oh, she knows. She already know everything about the baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why we said it's probably my mama coming back. Like she gonna find her way back.
Are you gonna be there when she's born? The baby?
Well, I don't know.
Is she going
We
to the
don't know
hospital?
what the baby is yet. So, I'm revealing the sex of the baby. But when he or she is born, I'm probably gonna be there. 9 times out of 10, she always wants. She an only child, so you know sometimes they don't know how to work good without their parents.
And
So, yeah, I'm sure she's gonna be wanting me there. But yeah, and I would like the father to be there so he'll be able to experience it and stuff like that. But I'm sure she don't want her mom there. She want her matra everywhere, anywhere, every time, any other time. Like, girl, go somewhere with yourself. I'm an old lady now.
Yeah, but you wanna see that from the other end.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I say you want to see that from the other end, standing out and not on the bed producing yours, but to actually see life come in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a baby
Amazing.
birther. So I've helped.
Oh,
I know that sounds crazy. That I've helped deliver about 6 babies.
yeah.
wow.
They always come and get me. Yeah, I'm not scared of the gory part. I'm right there. I pull that leg up. I'm looking. Okay, calm down, breathe. I know it's burning, but you still got to push the baby out. Like I'm that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen it. I've definitely seen it.
Yeah.
For
Now, is she
sure.
going to the hospital?
Across.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna have it at the hospital. 9 times out of 10, she didn't. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do an at-home birth where I'm at.
But you prepared. You prepared if it happens, huh?
Yeah,
Wherever
I
it
think if it was to happen, I wouldn't freak out real bad. Like I'll jump into action.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I would jump into action a little bit. Like, okay, calm down, because that's one thing I had to tell her. Okay, calm down. She felt a sharp pain in her stomach. She got the freaking out. I said, that's normal. It's okay. Sometimes when the baby is growing and stuff like that, it's growing pains. You feel the pains of the baby growing. So
Yeah.
It's different things. But yeah.
That's beautiful.
And when's the baby due?
November 12th.
Ah, my Scorpio baby.
Hey. Yep, November 12th. So
Awesome.
Awesome. Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Well, we are wishing you all the best, you and your daughter and all who are involved. This is a blessed event. Praise God. Praise God.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm definitely thankful. I've been trying to keep that mindset of being thankful of the situation. At first, I was a little nervous, like, I'm too young to be a grandma. Like,
that's when you have the most fun.
I'm trying to be a retired caregiver.
Okay.
Yeah, one more. Let's Empress says to enjoy every moment. That's for you, Lily. Lily. Is she here?
I think she's frozen. She looks frozen. Oh, there she is. Okay.
She's paying attention to the road. Yes, I hear you. I said, okay. Empress is texted me. She says for you to enjoy every moment.
Tell her I said thank you. I most definitely will.
She can hear you. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Most definitely.
So what I want to do, get started on, we have the book. I don't know if y'all got your book yet.
No, I haven't got mine yet.
And before we go.
For agreements. Hold on.
Yeah, the 4 agreements.
You look pretty.
Huh?
I said you look pretty.
Oh,
Yes, she does, as usual. Uh-huh.
It's Friday.
Yes.
I'm always looking at how the girls dress up when it's their day.
Hey,
Okay.
oh, wait a minute. I missed that memo. Hold up. Wait a minute. I got
I'm
to,
trying to stay on cue with y'all too. Like, let me get my life
hey,
together.
I got to get it. I got to get it together.
No,
Okay.
I
Oh,
already,
you
Doing
already
good.
together.
I was
You'll
doing
wake
good
up
to
and
take
go
a
today.
bath. Okay.
I already told you you look beautiful today.
Yes, I just
Honey.
said you'll wake up and go today.
Yeah, and that black.
Uh,
Mhm, mhm,
Yes.
hey,
mhm.
teacher.
Well, good, great rising, everybody.
Yeah.
Rising,
Hello
baby.
there.
Happy Friday.
Oh,
So
happy Friday.
yeah, so let's get started in some
Yes.
we could stay in the baby talk forever
Oh,
about
goodness. Bringing
grandbaby.
forth life. Yes,
Oh,
Lord.
Lord.
Uh-huh.
My
Yes. You want to start off with a reading this morning?
yeah, you got one?
I got one.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh, in Unity, this is the month of understanding.
Mhm.
And understanding is taking what you know and making right choices with what you know, and then executing those choices is the understanding that you know what you know, right? And so for the month of understanding, today's reading comes from Until Today, bam. And it states very simply, I will gain more understanding. Excuse me. Whew, okay. I coughed and missed my page. Okay. I will gain more understanding when I realize that I must feed my spirit if I want to stay alive. Picture yourself sitting at a banquet table covered with all of your favorite foods. Just imagine that sight, the smell. Anticipate the pleasure of sinking your teeth into all of your favorite foods, which have been prepared to perfection. Now imagine that as you finish one delight, a well-mannered server brings you the next. This continues until you are filled to capacity and thrilled to ecstasy. You push back from the table, totally satisfied and grateful. Are you aware that your spirit needs to be fed too? Did you know that your spirit would be delighted to partake in a feast of spiritual food? How about a plate full of prayer? Or maybe a few hours of succulent self reflection? Perhaps a piping hot selection of a spiritual literature served by the side of a lake or under a tree would satisfy your spiritual hunger. Can you imagine feasting for a few hours on spiritually uplifting music?
Mhm.
Okay. What about some forgiveness a la mode, topped with compassion?
Mhm.
You cannot imagine how much your spirit would enjoy it. Would you believe that there are many eager angels, guardians, and guides just waiting to serve you? They have already set the table and begun to prepare everything you need to satisfy your spirit. You need some help? Look under appetizers. Want some more understanding? Check the daily specials. If warm wisdom or scrumptious security will fill you up, try the chef specials. It's all there on life's spiritual menu. All you have to do is simply raise your head, your heart, and your hand and ask. Like the body, the spirit must be fed. Your spirit not only requires a well balanced diet, it must be fed on a regular schedule.
Yeah.
And until today, you may have believed that your spirit could survive on bits of information. Just for today, be devoted to preparing a spiritual banquet for yourself. Take a moment to identify all the things that will fill full your spirit and then ask the angels to serve it up. All right. So I am asking my angels to serve it up and serve
Serve
it
it
up
up.
good.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank
Yeah.
you. Woo. So yeah, we got our book. We are talking about these 4 agreements. And now I do have a little presentation. And now, how many of you who, even if you don't have the book, it's okay. It's okay. Because the information that we're going to relay, it's well for the discussion. Okay. And what is in the book, I can give you the background of whatever it is, and then you can take it from there. So I want to talk about just briefly, because these presentations are only going to be for half an hour. So are we taking this, Sheila, are we taking this up to 8:55 or 9 o'clock? Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So the 4 agreements was written by Don Miguel Ruiz, who accepts part of his heritage. He is a Toltec, and that is a lifestyle. It is a culture similar to Yoruba. It is not a religion. It's not, but it is a culture that they practice. And it is a culture full of rich spiritual, a rich spiritual history. And so his writings come from the ancient teachers who spoke years and eons ago about seeing the light and being the light. And so part of it was that we should be able to not only see the light in ourselves, but see the light in others as well. All right. And that's what namaste means. I see the God essence in you. And so everyone we meet, wherever we are, and really especially when they don't look very loving or spiritual, okay? We have to see the loving essence in them, all right? And if you want some practice, watch the news. That will give you wonderful practice in seeing the loving essence in others. It'll give you wonderful practice in your prayer life, because the newspaper and the daily news as we see it on TV is the prayer list. You want to know what to pray for? That's what you pray for. You pray for the Supreme Court. You pray for our Governor Whitmer. You pray for the young man that was welding the gun out in the street the other day. You pray for, that's what you pray for. When you see the news or you read the news, this is the prayer list, okay? And so we pray to raise the consciousness and the energy of what we read and what we see. And I don't know whose idea it was when they developed, when you watch CNN and MSNBC and those stations with the news, you're watching the news, and then down at the bottom of the crawl is more news. And I just could not understand how I'm watching the news and you got news on the crawl, and we are being bombarded with all of this stuff. And that's what it is. You know what? There's an acronym I use for stuff. And it is something that's unusually funky and foul. That's what stuff is. Something that's unusually funky and foul. All right. And so when we're watching the news, and I always recommend that we don't take in a lot of that, don't even have it on for noise. You have to give yourself a break, because the subconscious mind is always listening and working. Do you understand that? Because you are just that powerful that even without thinking about it consciously, there are things that are seeping into your subconscious mind. So that's why the experts say don't go to sleep with the TV on, because there are things that are downloading into you, and then you wonder where you get that thought from. Okay.
Yeah, right.
So, just be aware. And the other thing, when you have the people on with the waves from the phones and the towers and all of that kind of stuff, you know what? It's a lot of stuff trying to get at us all the time. And so what Don Miguel Ruiz is saying in the introduction of this book is that there is a character that he starts off with this story called The Smoky Mirror. And what he is saying is that 3,000 years ago, this soul had this thought where he was raised up and he was watching himself. Have you ever had that dream where you were up in a corner and you were watching yourself? Or you could have had that experience even wide awake, because I had one wide awake. And so when it was happening, I had to hold on to the wall because I didn't know what was happening. And so I had this experience where I was up on the ceiling and I saw myself walking down the hall. As a matter of fact, I was with Alita. And so I was walking and I said, hold up, wait a minute, stop. So she said, what's the matter? I say, I'm watching us walk down the hall. I see it. She said, oh girl, come on, you just having an OBB. I said, well, what the heck is that? OBE, out of body experience. I said, well, what is it? I said, because it don't feel good. And so there are things, and I recognize now, all these years later, that was the beginning of the awakening of my spiritual journey. That was the beginning. I wished I could, but as a spiritual baby back then, I didn't recognize what was happening. And so I began to investigate, what is this out of body experience that I was having? Where does it come from? How did I get it? Like it was a disease, right? And how did I get it? How did I catch it? But it was the beginning of my awakening. And so for years, I had an awesome mother who poured so much into us. And so now that awakening, my soul was telling me, okay, now you got all of this information. You have read all of these books. You've listened to all of these tapes, whatever. Now, what are you going to do? So now that experience let me know, okay, now is something for you to do. Wake up. So, so this character was seeing himself, and he recognized that there was this light that was so bright, and he didn't recognize it as himself. And the realization in his the beginning of this awakening is that if the God of our understanding is everywhere all the time present, and the light of God surrounds us all the time, and when God says, I am in you and you are in me, so that means I'm the light. That's the only conclusion that we can come to. But we forget. We forget that we are that magnificent. We forget that we shine that bright all the time. We just have a habit of covering it up. And so he talks about this smoky mirror where I see the light in you. If you can't see the light in me, then there's smoke clouding your mirror. And those things that can cloud our mirror, I call them life decisions that we take on. And there are 5 major life decisions. And one of them is that I'm not enough.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is I'm not good enough. The other one is I'm not worthy. I'm not important. And I'm not, did I say good enough? Did I say it? I say,
Mm-hmm.
so not enough, not good enough. I'm not important. I'm not worthy. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not deserving.
Mm.
Okay? That's the smoke that clouds our mirrors, so that we can't see the light of one another that's shining through. Okay? Those people who are doing crimes, and I have to pray for the young man that shot at the parade. You know, these are things we've seen before. This, unfortunately, this is nothing new. But I have to see, as a spiritual warrior, the first thing I say is, wow, I see the light in him. He just didn't see the light in himself. We have to take that on. And oftentimes we don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to. Oh no, they just crazy. They just stupid, doing crazy stuff. They just stupid. And all of that is a judgment. Every time we label something crazy, stupid, or whatever it is, it's a judgment. And it's clouding your image in your mirror. So we have to be mindful. So what Miguel Ruiz is saying, that as we move forward in these 4 agreements, taking on these 4 agreements can clear up the smoke in front of your mirror, to allow the light of God to shine through you all the time. Now, is it going to happen all of the time? No, because we're here to practice. We're here to practice those commandments, and we're here to practice all of these ancient cultural, I like to call them nuggets of gold, that all of these traditions have taught us. That's why I appreciate Mama, oh God, I'm having yes, you know, where she's dropping all of those delicious little nuggets
Mm-hmm.
for our banquet, that we can fulfill ourselves with, and just, you know, eat them and digest them and allow them to assimilate through our whole bodies. But when we take on a life decision of not being enough, you know, or not being good enough, or I'm not important, just by the fact that you're breathing, you are all those things. All right. And so it is our daily practice to shore up our spiritual knowledge, so that we can walk as though we know that we are the light of God.
Mm-hmm.
That to walk and act as though we know that we have an inheritance of the kingdom. We do. I don't care what you've done or how bad you or somebody else think it was, because good or bad is relative. There is absolutely no way, none, that God will stop loving you, that God will stop having compassion for you, that God will not. There is an impossibility. Now, we have to do our part. We have to do our part, so that as we walk and move in this light, people will see you and say, "Ooh, what are you doing? What's going on with you?" Because there's a something happening Here, I just accept the light of who I am. That's what I've done. And guess what? You can do it too. You can do it too. It's just about changing your thought, changing your perception. The Course in Miracles, if you all are familiar with the Course in Miracles, says a miracle is just a shift in perception. That's it. You want a miracle? You need a miracle today? Shift your perception of anything that's going on in your life right now. Count it all joy, whatever it is. And once you make that shift, you open up for a world of possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
You open up for a world of possibilities. But what we keep doing is we keep blocking our blessings. We say we want to be more loving and more forgiving. We say that, and then as soon as we get the opportunity, guess what we do? We do the opposite. So every time you claim something, in all my teachings, every time you claim anything, okay, I'm gonna lose these 25 pounds, I want to be summer ready, and I want to walk out on the beach in my swimsuit, and that whatever it is, you have to know that as soon as you say that, that chocolate cake is gonna be right up in your face. That bag of Lay's potato chips is going to be crinkling in your ear. I swear to God, because every time you claim something, everything unlike it is going to show up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to show up to see how serious you were about what you claimed you were going to do, say, or be. Every time. Every time. Every time you said, you know what? I am done with people who don't honor my spirit and honor who I am. I'm no longer willing to give any time to people that don't respect me or one thing and another. And guess what's going to happen? As soon as you claim that the finest thing on 2 feet walking with absolutely no knowledge of who the hell he is going to show up. Okay? He going to show up to see, okay, are you serious about what you said? About you were done with it? I'm telling you. All right. So that's why this is a daily practice. That's why Miguel Ruiz said, look, let's clear up the smoke in front of the mirror. Let's clear it out. Whatever the it is. Whatever the it is. And we do that by first acknowledging where you are. Whatever needs to be healed, whatever needs to be cleared, acknowledge where you are. You know what? I have to acknowledge that for a while, I was a gatherer of things. If it was pretty, I was going to buy it, and I was going to buy more than one. Oh, because if I like it, somebody else will like it. So I had all of this stuff, and I'm saying now, I got a 3-bedroom home with a full attic and full basement, and it's full of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's full of stuff. Now, mind you, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. But I'm finding stuff, and I would say, where did I get this? I can't even remember. So when I claimed that I was going to clear space, as soon as I claimed it, I got sick. Shut everything down. Couldn't do nothing. I was like, okay. All right. That was a really big claim. All right. However, because I acknowledged that that's what I needed to do. Once I began to get well and build up my stamina, one thing and another, I got to work clearing the smoke in front of the mirror. All right. Clearing it up. So I started giving stuff away. I would I was so serious. I would put it in the mail and pay for it to leave this house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And pay for it to leave this house. But I did it as a process. You just can't jump out there and then say, okay, this is it and I'm going to do it. And then you lose steam. Little bit by little bit. Little bit by little bit. Okay. Small steps. Do it incrementally. Let me tell you something. I'm going to show you If I can reach over here. I have three, count them, 3 hourglasses. One is an hour. One is a half an hour. And one is 15 minutes. I choose how much focused time I'm going to give whatever it is I claim that I'm going to do. Focus time. And once I claim it, I turn it over. And when it's done, I'm done. I don't care if it's cleaning off the top of my desk. I don't care if it's cleaning out just one drawer. I don't care what it is, shredding paper, whatever it is, I'm going to give it this much focused time and then be done with it. Now you have a choice. You can go do something else, or you can say, man, that felt good. I'm gonna clear some more smoke from in front of my mirror, okay? Then you turn it back over and you start again. But don't stop until that last sand or the timer goes off or whatever, okay? Begin to clear, as he says, the smoky mirror, so that you begin to see more light that's trying to get through, that's trying to shine through you, all right? There's always light. There's always light there. You just have to make sure that you clear the smoky mirror, okay? And later on, we're going to talk more about those 5 life decisions and how we get to that point and how they sabotage us. I'm not enough, so I got to have more. They made Sam's Club just for me. Now, I'm the only one living in this house, but baby, I have 24 rolls of paper towel, toilet paper, the big size of everything. I'm the only one in the house. What am I doing with all of this stuff? Because I, somewhere in my consciousness, and I will talk about it later, I knew when it was, I deemed myself not enough. Not enough. And so we'll talk about that later as we get more into the 4 agreements as the weeks go by, and we look forward to sharing all of that information with you. Yeah. So does anybody have any questions, comments?
Can you put the
life decisions in the chat?
Yeah, the ones that smoke up your mirror.
Yes, I will. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yes. All right,
Danny, I just want to say that I truly are looking forward to this conversation or presentation. Thank you.
Oh, thank God. Because sometimes we do it and we do it unconsciously. So we're going to talk about being more conscious, living more intently. You know, as a woman, we carry the rhythm of the world. We do. You care. The rhythm of your household depends on you.
Yeah.
Okay. It depends on the woman, because we're the ones that bring the jazz and the beauty and the grace and the flow and the poise to everything that we do. Everything, no matter how it looks like, when we show up, that's it. Okay. And so when we get cloudy with all of those things that we take on, it's, it makes it a little bit more difficult for us. So we're going to talk about how we lift that and clear that smoke. And praise God, we can flow a little bit smoother. Ease and flow is what I'm about. Ease and flow. So we're going to learn more ease and flow.
Yeah, I was thinking about, Danny, when you were describing the pipe, and when you open the pipe and there's that, this what deceives us is we'll see water coming out of the faucet, and though it's still flowing, But what you don't realize is more water could be coming through that faucet.
Come on.
You don't even know that it has started crudding and
Yes.
accumulating. That's what happens to our guts.
Yes.
It just is accumulating, and then you just have this little flow interest to get through, but it's still coming out. And so you feel all right. You don't realize how your thinking is messing up as far as your guts. You don't realize that there's more that could be coming out. You're satisfied with your bowel movement being real thin and stuff because it's coming out, right?
Yes.
But
yes.
When it gets to that point where it's just dripping,
girl, just dripping.
You're in trouble. You really are in trouble because it has piled up so much mess in our life, so much confusion, so many things that we've been taught and convinced that it's right.
Come on now.
And then we just live that life knowing that it doesn't feel good to us. Me telling you off because I was taught you get people straight. When they say that to you, you straighten them out. And so you don't even realize all of those things that you've learned, the 5, I'm not enough, not good enough, not worthy enough, not important, deserving, all those things pile up because they're cousins of each other. So if you're dealing with one of them, you're probably dealing with 3 or 4 of them, or 5 of them.
And guess what? And if you find that you can't figure out which one you fit into, you are not important because you ain't even important enough to figure out which one you are. I'm not even important enough to try. I can't even.
No, I just live like this.
I just live like right.
Yeah, they know me like this.
Yes.
That's just who my sister just said. Because that's just who I am.
That's just who I am.
You know what? You need to change that because it is not working for you in life.
Okay.
It is not working. And not only that, it impacts my life. The fact that you don't want to change, but you are part of my life impacts my life. And I don't want to X you out, but sometimes I'm almost there.
Well, you can love people from afar. You can love them from afar.
Yeah.
They really don't. And some of them are our blood relatives, really. Because see, we don't get to choose our blood relatives. We don't get to choose. We didn't get to choose our brothers and sisters and our cousins. Now we did choose our parents. We were so trying to get here. We were just trying to get here. And I saw AC and Willa Mae, and they looked like they was 2 good people, and that could probably give me a good life. So I said, I want to go down there with them, okay? And I mean, it sounds, but that's how it happens. Your soul was ready to show up here, okay? And you saw them people, and if we talk about, well, my mama wouldn't this, and my daddy didn't do this, whatever, they got you here. They got you here. If they didn't do nothing else, they did that. Can we be grateful for that? But oh no, we put a whole bunch of other stuff in front of it that smokes up our mirror, and here we are. Woo, Lord. So, yes.
And then, when you talk about a mirror or a glass, it takes a particular, like if you clean the mirror, right, and you go get some paper towel, or you go and get some a washcloth or something, and you get to going and cleaning and stuff, and it just does not clear good. But what does is some doggone written on newspaper, what you would not even consider if someone had not told you that, because it's all written on. It's how in the world, how is that going to really clean off the mirror once I put on there? Not a doggone newspaper.
A newspaper.
That's where our freedom is that thing that looks like, oh no way. No way. And it does it quickly. It does it quickly
and beautifully. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. And that's a perfect example of God can use anything
Mm-hmm.
And anybody, if it'll get you closer to me, God said, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use that abusive husband. I'm going to use the no good harlot wife. I'm going to use them unappreciative children. If it'll get you closer to me, I'm going to use them to get you there.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
Anything.
yes. I have a share here from Empress. She says, wow, so much gratitude, giving thanks. What a great idea using an hourglass time, our time glass. So I can stay on time and know when to end my phone conversation and etc. Time is essence, and you can't get it back.
Perfect. How many times if you wish you could get your time back that you spent talking? Girl, just turn that thing over. And once that time is up, well, girl, look, I got to go. I don't have any more time to give to this right now, but I'm gonna holler at you later. Okay. You get to choose. We get to choose. That's what we forget. Oh, well, let me go ahead and talk to, I got a brother that I love, but I don't want to talk to him all the time. So I get to choose the times that I'm ready to take him in. You get to choose. Okay. And so, yeah.
So we're gonna choose right now to
choose right
social media.
Yeah.
Social media on Facebook and YouTube. We thank you for joining us this morning. We're going to continue this conversation until 10 o'clock, but only in Zoom. So if you just go to elizabethvisionaryconference.org, hit the Zoom button, and it'll take you right on into us. Thank you. Let's continue on.
Yeah.
I need an hourglass. I need one for when my daughter's father calls.
Yeah. Give them the time that you choose.
Yeah, because it can go to 2 and 3 hours. And it's like,
don't mess up your natural resources that we have. Our energy, our time, our love and emotion. Those are our natural resources. Those are things that we can give freely or not. We get to say how much we give. We get to say when we give it. We do. And so when it's important to you, people do what's important. That's never questioned, because people, I was watching a movie called The Breakup, and she was arguing with her boyfriend, and she said, well, you don't never help me do the dishes. He said, who wants to do dishes? She said, I want you to want to do the dishes. He said, that's crazy. I ain't gonna never want to do the dishes.
I love that movie.
Okay.
I love that movie.
Oh, I do. I love it. And I say, that makes so much sense. Who wants to do the dishes? Okay,
Not me.
Not me, really. But if we were more honest with ourselves.
Let me tell you, when we were little, Mom, we all had to take turns doing dish. There were 6 of us. And during my time, I don't know how they had it, where I think she had 2 of us in the kitchen at a time and stuff. So I was telling Pam when she started living with us over here, I said, I just want to make a confession kind of thing. I never liked little things like silverware and stuff. Oh, just so little. And so Pam's 3 years younger than me, right? So what I would do, you know how sweet she is, right? I'd get Pam to do all the stuff that I didn't want to do. And, a big sister, and so I would take the pots, big things, so I could get them done. Now, and then I would dry them and all that stuff, but I would always leave the little things that I didn't want to do. I'd leave that for her to do. She didn't even realize it, because
I know, but see,
but I did not want to do the dishes. I did not want, and I didn't want to do laundry either.
Oh, now see, we could have. I love doing laundry.
Oh, Oh, I
Oh,
love
girl,
them. Yes, yes. You
I
can
love
live.
I love the washing. I'm there when the timer go off on the dryer. So as soon as it go off, I'm folding up the clothes while they still hot. And oh, I just love it. I
Oh my
love to
goodness.
iron. I love to
Oh.
iron. I love to do, I don't know where that came from, but I do, And so those are things. Let me tell you something. That's part of knowing who you are, getting to know who you are, what you like and what you don't like. And
Mhm.
at a certain age, there comes a point in time where you ought to stop giving energy to those things you no longer want to do. Now, I'm not talking about not following laws and things like that. That's not what I'm talking about, because we need to stop at the red lights. We need to do those things. I just love that picture of Pam. Um, so we need to do those things. But I'm talking about those things that are within your control to stop doing. That's zapping your energy, zapping your time, zapping your love. Those people who, once you get through tired talking to them, you're like, oh Lord, I need a drink. Whatever it is, we get to choose. I have a girlfriend who never stops talking, but I love her. So I call her. And I say, boo, I was just thinking about you. And you know what? I'm out here doing some things, whatever it is, but Spirit told me to just call and check in on you. And I just wanted to say, I love you. And she'd be like, oh, that's so nice. I was out here doing it. And I said, well, I ain't got time to talk, but I just wanted to do a head check and check in. Okay, I'll holler at you later. Bam, I'm done. I'm good.
I was gonna say, you really have to, because some people you love, like you say, you love talking to them, but you got to put a time on that,
Gotta put a
because
time
it
on.
can go, and next hour you was going to talk for 5 minutes, because you in the reading and stuff, and you look up and an hour has passed. You've enjoyed yourself, but you did not get nothing done.
Oh my God. Let me tell you something. My girlfriend wrote a book called How I Retired at 27. And she did it by being disciplined. And what she did was she got a container and she bought some poker chips. And she put a dollar amount on the different color poker chips. So a white poker chip would be 100. Red poker chip would be 50. Da 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 da. And she assigned those numbers to chores or things that she was responsible for. And so every time, because she worked from home, every time she got up and took a shower and put on her clothes and everything, she got so many chips, and they began to add up. Every time she woke up and did her prayers and meditations, she paid herself in chips, and so on and so forth. So then on the other side, there were things that she wanted to do. But if she had not earned enough chips, she didn't do them. Not that she couldn't afford to go on a trip or afford go to the movies. It wasn't that she could. But has she earned enough chips by doing what she supposed to do for herself to do those things that she wanted to do?
Wow.
So she would tell people, girl, I ain't got enough chips to talk to you today. I'm gonna have to talk to you when I have enough chips, because see, I haven't done my prayers and meditation today. I haven't done this. So I don't have enough to pay for this phone call. And that's how that level of discipline I have always admired. But see, discipline means nothing when you haven't made a commitment. You got to make a commitment first so that you can have something to be disciplined to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we ask for discipline. God, give me discipline. I just want to be able to do what I need to do. Yeah, but have you made the commitment to do it? And be committed to the commitment. Until you make a commitment, discipline will not serve you.
Wow.
It will not serve you. And that's why we keep starting over and over and over and over again. We're not committed to what we say we want.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have got to have that young lady on. And what's her name? Because I
Oh, Ash. Oh, girl. If I call her right now, she'll come on. Maybe I can set her up for next Friday. I'm check with her.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name is Asha. She's dynamic. She just ran the first Black candidate for city council in Taylor, Michigan. Yeah. And she came real close. All right. But just to be standing up in your own skin, and liking it. Yeah. She is awesome. So I'll call as soon as we get done, and maybe she can join us next Friday. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, you sisters are out there pretty quiet. Mama Heather, she's on here, she's writing. And
now can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
When I put these 5 life decisions in there, don't claim that I'm not enough or whatever it is. Claim that I am challenged by being not enough. I am challenged by being not good enough. I am challenged, because we don't want to claim the life decision.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just like we claim, oh, my diabetes got me this, or my high blood pressure. Don't claim that stuff.
Yeah.
Don't claim that. It's not yours.
Nope.
But it embeds itself in our bodies when we claim it. To this day, every time I saw a woman that's having a hot flash and going outside in the winter with no coat on and everything like that, I said, girl, I'm having this flash. I say, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. From the time I kept saying, I'm not doing that, to this day, I have not had a hot flash, period.
Wow.
Because I told the universe, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I wish I'd have known that when, because when I had to have the hysterectomy, and but one of my ovaries was intact. So I would only suppose that it was not as fierce as it could have been, although I was so concerned about how hot my body would get. I was like asking the doctor, am I going to be okay? Because the heat is like walking through fire for those seconds, it's like, isn't that messing up my body and stuff? But had I known that even with the hysterectomy, I probably wouldn't have had the hysterectomy had I had the information, but that I could have avoided all of that just by not accepting what they say was going to happen to me, or not accepting. I just was dealing with what are the doctors saying and all that. And I was losing so much blood that they wouldn't, I was always, what is it when you don't have enough blood in your
Anemic?
Oh yeah, really bad. I was eating ice like that. And so when nobody could help me, in the sense that I was losing so much blood that I could not get enough blood. And then I went to Dr. Vincent, and when he said, he confirmed that they were tumors and stuff, and then he says, so you want to get them taken out and stuff? And I'm like, don't I have to build up the blood and all this stuff? And he said, oh no, I know I deal with a lot of it's not the Seventh-day Adventists, it's the religion where they cannot get blood and stuff infusion.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Oh gosh,
the Seventh-day Adventist, Jehovah Witness, right?
Witness, yeah.
He had a lot of Jehovah Witness patients, so
and Scientology, yeah.
Yeah. So he had so many that he had to master cutting it off, snapping it immediately.
Wow.
He mastered that, and then I was able to feel relaxed about going into and getting the surgery done. But had I known, the mental thing of what to accept and what not to accept, and how to stand in that, I could have avoided some things. but that's how my life has been. And here we are now, right? And now I know the danger of the I ams.
Mm.
The
What comes after the I
that.
am? Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
What comes after I am. And so very aware of that now. Yeah. That's why COVID, oh no, that you can't even,
Oh, you could.
there's no opening.
I'm not doing that.
There's not
doing
right.
that.
There's no opening for that, you know. And one person was so scared of it that I was like, you know what? I need to not even be around you.
But you.
Because you're drawing it to you, and then I have to work harder, you know.
Yeah. You look up, you say, God, why am I so tired? I'm working for me and you. Oh no, wait a minute.
Exactly. Well, hey, Allison, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, hey.
From UK.
Yeah, looks like she's traveling and on the move too.
And I see now Wheelie is jumping in here from New Orleans.
Hey, oh.
She's out there for the line dancing and such. So we just welcome all of you all for coming in.
Awesome.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay, so Empress says, wow, I used to do the poker chip method program with my children and the children I used to teach in school. It really works. Wow, that's the poker chip that you were talking about, Danny? Yeah, I really want to hear that.
It does. Yeah. And she wanted to go to Thailand, so she had to earn 50,000 chips. You know, the value of 50,000. Not that she could afford to go to Thailand, she could, but did she earn by doing what she was supposed to do? It's an amazing process. So I did want to add. So I kept telling her, in your next book, put it in your next book. She said, yeah, I might do that. So she wrote another book, and I said, well, where's the process? Is it in there? She says, no, it's not in there. So I said, girl, you playing around. People need to know this. And one day, I was just, I had the head moving, right? So one day she came over to get her massage. She had this bag, and she said, here. I said, what is this? And it was the poker chip process. She gave it to me.
Oh,
she said, I recognize that it's not mine. She said, I recognize that it belongs to you. And so you have it. She said, I'm not going to put it in the book. I'm not going to do that. It belongs to you now. So whatever you choose to do with it, it's on you. I was like, wow, what a gift. So I always share it. I share it where, when, because it's those little things like these things.
Yeah, the hourglass.
The hourglass. And you can get them at TJ Maxx, Marshalls. They have them. They got 15-minute ones. Or go to Amazon. I'm quite sure you can order them from Amazon. They got the 3-minute timers that come into the board games. You know those little timers that come into the board games that you used to turn over? Yeah, your time is up. It's our turn. You know, you use that. A kitchen timer is good. Set it. And let me tell you when else you need to set the timer. We are going to have moments when we don't feel good. We don't feel like participating in the love fest. We're just going to have those times. We're going to have those times when I just want to pity myself right now.
Yeah, just give me a moment. Let me stay here. I just want
to stay here
just for a moment.
Just let me feel what I'm feeling. And you have to honor those feelings. Okay. I'm not feeling loving right now. I just don't want to feel. Set the timer. Set it. How long you think you need to be there, set it. And when the timer goes off, then go up, get up. Do something joyful. Do something that means something to you. Do that, but don't stay there too long. See, this spiritual practice, we will go into a pity party and stay there for 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
We'll stay there so long, we forgot how long we've been in it. All right? So the practice allows us, it's not that we don't get that way from time to time. We will. We ask God to help me, God. I don't want to feel like this, whatever it is. But with your daily spiritual practice, you don't stay there as long as you used to. You will not stay there as long as you used to. Baby, you can shrug some stuff off instantly,
Yeah, yeah.
instantly. And the other thing I tell you, I got this fan. You know what? In terms of energy, when you're fanning, you see people coming and you see their negative energy. Back in the day when people were fanning, they weren't fanning to stay cool. They were fanning that negative energy away from them. That's what they were doing. And this is to be cool. This is to fan the energy away. And people didn't even know the difference.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, we have a whole lot of things at our disposal that we can use to fill our spirits up. So, yeah.
Good
Simple
stuff.
little
Good
things.
stuff.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, jump on in. I know all this wisdom on the line.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I wanted to say that I've always been as far as stuff, I accumulate a lot of stuff, but I also eliminate a lot of stuff constantly. That's my meditation. I love doing that, going through stuff and saying, nope, get out,
Yeah.
out. So for the last, I've pretty much been living with my daughter for the past 7 years, I want to say, since she broke up with RJ's dad, but I really been living over here for maybe 5 years. And so I've been bringing my stuff over. And it was more important for me to have an office space than a bedroom. A bedroom is just someplace you sleep and then you leave it. And then you don't go back in there till you go back to sleep, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
And so, so that's what this is. And I realized maybe 3 years ago, I said, I've got so many projects I want to do. They're all in my face, and it's, I can't stand this. So I started taking over the garage. My daughter's friend, she got evicted, and so her stuff was in there. So I would just work around that. I would just put my stuff out there, and I had my shelves out there, and I would, organize those. So a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, she decided, she said, I haven't looked at this stuff since the pandemic. It's got to go. So she just moved it all out.
Yeah.
So then I had the whole garage. So then I started organizing. And last year was the flood with the way stations backing up, when we had that torrential rain.
Right.
And so a lot of stuff had to go back out in the garage again. But this summer, I still got to tweak it a little more. So everything is on shelves pretty much. The tables are set up. I'm making room for the car.
Yes.
So all I gotta do is take the tables down. So I got to tweak it a little more. I want to put, do a little more tweaking where I know where to go for everything.
Yeah.
So I just find, I even go through my daughter's stuff. She said, Mom, why you go through my stuff? I said, because you hold on to things you should not be holding on to. It's gotta go. But I ask her, I don't just toss it. It's like, do you really have to keep this? Are you really going to keep all your notes from, the couple of times you went to college? Are you really going to keep those notes?
I know, right?
No, your house is big, but it's not that big, and you can't hold on to stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so that's what I like to do. And when you talked about I think I said this the other day, that I had decided when I was talking to a neighbor of mine when I was younger, that she did not go through menopause. She doesn't remember having any issues. Just one day it was there and the next day it wasn't. I said, well, I want to do that. And I did do that. I was saying that it is, when you set that intention, just like I set the intention, my daughter was going to private school. I was behind in tuition and she wasn't going to walk across the stage. I said, I did not do all this for her not to walk across that stage. I set that intention. Spirit told me who to tell about the situation, and I don't know who did it, but somebody donated enough money for my daughter to walk across that stage.
Yes, yes, yes.
You
And I
know,
realize how powerful that is. Set
and you
that
know,
intention.
Evelyn, it's not just about speaking it, setting the intention and speaking it. There's another aspect to it that we cannot forget.
Okay.
Expectation.
Yes.
You have to
Yes.
expect that it's
Yes.
going to happen.
Yes, yes.
So many of us speak it and set the intention, but then we say, hey, it ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna, you know, I'm not gonna be able to find that. I'm not gonna be, and we don't have the spirit of expectation. And so the universe says, when you says it ain't gonna happen, the universe says, okay.
That's true.
The universe says, okay, you know, but if you have the spirit of expectation, that you add to speaking it and speaking that intention and expecting that it's going, and you know what? And you say, God, I'm expecting this or something better. Add that something better to the end, because us and our little pre-brain, we ask for little stuff, okay? We ask for, you know it, baby, what if God wanted to bless you just so magnificently, it will shock the hell out of you. Really. Okay. So God, I'm asking this, I'm expecting this or something better, and leave it alone. Leave it alone.
I tell you what I was going like this about was when there was one morning that and I really had this just wonderful feeling that someone's about to get a car. So in that moment, Evelyn claimed it, right? And shared the story with us. And did you hear her when she said she was cleaning out the garage and then she threw in there making room for the car?
For the car, yes. Oh my God.
Putting the space there for the car. I love it.
Come on now.
That's it. So the expectation is there.
The expectation.
Moving the space for the car.
Come on now. We don't get what we say we want. We get what we expect.
Yeah.
We get what we expect.
Mama Heather.
Don't be talking about, I want a husband, or I want a mate, or whatever it is, and you haven't made space for him or her, whatever one. You haven't made space. Can you clear out a drawer?
Can you
clear out a drawer for him to leave some pajamas or something? Can you move some stuff out of the closet? Can you buy him a cup and saucer for a cup of tea? Really? You have to have the spirit of expectation.
Yes, yes.
Let me tell you something. I went to a conference and they were raffling off the grand prize. Well, the big prize was the latest Kindle model, right? And so every time I filled out that raffle ticket, I say, this is mine. This is mine. I said it as I signed my name. So when they called out the different prizes or whatever, now we're going to do the grand prize. And it is this Kindle, And she pulled out the ticket and she said, because I write like a serial killer, right? So I say, and she was looking at it and I said, Danni Stillwell. And she looked at it, she said, as a matter of fact, it is. And baby, look at here. And here's my Kindle. All right. I'm telling you, I had the spirit of expectation that it was going to be mine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But don't ask for something and then stand in the space of it not happening. Because guess what? It won't. It won't.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's what I was doing for so long. I'm like, how are we going to be able to afford a car with our, I don't know, the car note and
insurance
and the maintenance and
gas has gone up high.
Okay. Yes. Every time we need a car to gas, I said, I gotta leave that alone. Nope. We're gonna have this is happening. Yeah. This is happening.
Yeah, I see.
But I think when I try to put a way it's gonna happen on there, I need to let that go too.
Yeah.
The way is not your business. The how ain't your business.
Right.
The
Yeah.
how ain't your business.
Mm.
Because we keep trying to, set the intention, speak it into the universe, ask for God to bless you, expect it, that or something better, and then take your hands off of it.
Mhm.
Right. Right.
We have
Okay.
There you
God,
go.
God
There
said,
you go.
I am God
Drop
all
the
by
mic.
myself. I don't need your help. God said, I'm God all by myself. I don't need your help. What do you want, my child? What do you want? And we keep trying to make this happen. Girl, stop it. No, how they say, girl, bye.
I
Girl, bye.
say.
Myself that all the time. Okay, we got questions. What we got?
Mama Hetheru, you want to
Okay,
come on in?
come on, y'all.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Listen, Danny, y'all telling all the truths in here. So when Danny spoke about the fans, all I thought about was the big fans they had in Everette-Hale, and they was.
Come on now. Yes.
I love that episode, that scene.
Yes.
But Evelyn, you also spoke on about how you wanted to have something and you thought about it, or you wanted to do something like you saw it happen. And I remember when on an episode on Martin Lawrence, he had a baby shower for one of Gina's friends, and she left, and he was there to host the party. And the young lady had the baby, and the baby shot across the room, and he caught it like a football. I said, I'm gonna have my baby like that. And baby, 3 pushes later, my baby was out and ready to go. Okay. So I always, when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, we gonna have this, how we gonna have this birth. And I talked to her the whole time. I told her how we gonna get down, we gonna work together and all of those good things. But and the thing about expectations, I know my husband told me, he said, having expectations for other people is kind of defeating.
It
So
is.
Danny, when you said having expectations, we need to have expectations for ourselves.
That's it.
Because that's the only one you have best maneuvering about.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
That's it.
Because you can get disappointed having expectations of other
Oh,
people
yeah.
because they're your expectations,
Always.
not theirs.
Always.
Not theirs. Yeah. No, I'm talking about you, right, Mama? Talking about
Yes.
your expectations.
For
Yes.
you.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Because this is your spiritual journey is a solo journey that you gather things that are specifically tailor-made to your spirit, to yours. Okay. And so we can get something. Let me tell you something. How many people have you spoke to about these morning sessions?
Lots.
Just so many people. Look, come on. Look, let me tell you something. Look how many people show up. But the people that show up are the people who are hungry enough to want to get this information for their growth and edification. Okay? Let me tell you something. I don't care if don't nobody show up on Friday. Me and Queen Aduni gonna be here for sure. Okay?
Yeah.
That's where we need to get to. You can't. I heard Steve Harvey say, everybody that came with you can't go with you.
Wow.
There are places that God is trying to take you that you cannot take everybody that you grew up with. You can't take some of them family members. You can't take everybody with you.
And Danny, the thing about it is that you got to be okay with it, because there are places that people have invited you that you chose not to go to, even though it was something good, but you had something else scheduled for your life.
Yeah.
So we just got to be okay and only deal with the expectation of ourselves, our relationship with God. And then so I don't get offended when people that, right. And I work, or I'm available that morning, but I just don't think about it or whatever. I just know that I need to be there to feed me, and for what my obligation or my pleasure My pleasure is not my obligation anymore. It's
That's
my
right.
pleasure to be with my sisters, and occasionally we get some eye candy and some,
Yes.
some good information from our brothers and stuff. Now,
Yes.
you want to join in with us in this?
And you're doing what God asked you to do.
Yeah.
Yes. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, boo.
Right.
This is a great day. This is after 4 hours of line dancing last night. Grateful. Learned a lot. So what I want to chime in is one day I was doing a client's hair and she had picked my son and I up, and after hours of working, I knew it was going to be a late session. So she said, oh, just take one of my other cars in the backyard and drive it home. I said, okay, I'll get the car back to you in the morning, because I didn't have a vehicle at the time. So that next morning I called her. I said, I want to get your car back. She goes, oh, go on and take your son to school. I was like, okay. Took him to school, called her back. She said, so, could you do me a favor and go pay a bill for me? So I went and did that. And by later in the afternoon, she said, you know what? Keep the car. Keep the car.
The car.
That was so, and that car I kept. I was able, when I got another car, I gifted that car to someone. And that's happened twice in my life. I've been given vehicles like that and able to pass them forward, with a lot of gratitude, a lot of love. And what I wanted to say about the fan is last night at the line dance event here, there were dances they were doing, and at certain points they would flip those fans out. I'll send the video to Aduni, because they were dancing. Then it was like 50 people throwing these fans out at the same time and making this sound that became part of the cadence of the dance. It was, because I have seen it with line dances that we've done before, but in Asian cultures, and other cultures where I've seen fans. But last night it was on and cracking, like our style. And the theme was dress. Everybody in the whole ballroom, let's say a few hundred people, all were wearing pink to honor how we support breast cancer awareness. And it was ecstatic. I know I had the spirit of the Elizabeths with me, because I danced for 4 hours straight.
All right now.
And which is why I sound like this, and I'm still in bed this morning. But yeah,
it would be interesting how many steps you took. Did you have your phone on you where you can count your steps?
Oh, I should have. Oh my God.
Put your phone on so you can see how many steps you took, baby.
Yeah, I was indeed stepping. It was.
But that's wonderful exercise. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And perfect for, you talk about expectations for your memory. That's why I became a teacher, because I wanted to support people's memories. And a lot of times that even, from a deeper place of just knowing and counting the steps, but pulling up those memories that fuel you and delight you and remind you of who you really are, not who you think you wasn't or was, or, but those joyous memories. So, yeah, that's a lot of the reasons too I teach. So y'all, when I get back, we're going to do a class.
Okay.
Don't get it twisted.
All right. And the other
y'all be ready.
This is Passionate Friday. And so you can just see on your face.
Yes.
And you can see in your voice that, baby, I got on a plane. I don't know how you got there. I'm just assuming you got on a plane.
Yeah, it's a plane.
I got on a plane and went to another city in another state so that I could dance the passion and the sheer joy that we can see that it brings you.
Yeah.
We had that last week with Allison when she was talking about, how does she do the baths and the sound energy. Baby, I've been using that sound energy. Oh, God bless you. Oh my God. My clients say, what you got going on now? What is this? I say, don't worry about it. Just do it. But you can literally see the passion that you have for this. It's beautiful.
7 days of it.
Oh,
I'm thinking like 3 days, a weekend or something. She said
okay.
7 days. Whoa.
Woo,
Now,
and
Willie,
you
you're
don't
gonna
even
be
need no
dancing for
sleep.
7 days?
Okay. Woo.
It's amazing. There are workshops this evening, so they teach the dances, and then it's like, you know, there's that knowingness that when there's a big screen with the names of the dances that they're getting ready to do in that session. So the party last night is like 5 dances. When I came in, I was like, don't blink like Jeannie, because you haven't really, you haven't danced in a while, but you know, I'ma just trust the divine flow within me. And I'm telling you, I heard that music. I started looking at some, and I'm not usually a visual learner. I go on the floor with a notepad and a pen stuck in my hair because I'm trying to write down the steps. But last night I said, I'm trusting the God in me as thee, and we are going to learn visually tonight. You're not
All
going to write
right.
down anything. And I got with it. I got with it. I was like,
Okay.
I was with it. And it was just like, it just flowed. And I mean, just to see, like, I went up to this one sister, she had a shirt on that said smooth on the back. I said, how old are you? She said, 85. I said,
Woo.
I mean, smooth as, when I say smooth, remember Jerry Butler?
Oh yeah,
Smooth,
smooth.
smooth
Woo.
as silk on the floor, and did not miss a lick. So
Wow.
we have no
Oh,
excuses. Y'all,
none. We have
it's
no excuse.
just, and
We have
people
none.
from, I've hugged people from Texas, from
Mhm,
Connecticut, Delaware, New York. You
mhm.
know, the Brooklyn folks, they come serious. You know,
Yeah.
they're like real serious with the accent and all.
Now,
Mhm.
really,
But for every,
did you see the young lady that you hugged and she cried when you invited her to the dance?
yes, yes, she came.
Mhm.
She's from Brazil, you guys. I met her in the bookstore with her baby named Ben, and it was sold out, and we talked her in. We prayed her in. She was there
Mm,
with her baby last night on the floor, him in his papoose carrier. She was
mm.
on the floor dancing. Yes, she
Come on
was.
now.
Yes, she was. And so happy, so
Oh,
happy. And her son, the baby, just smiled. I mean, it was, y'all here with me. That's all I gotta say. Y'all
all
here with
right.
me. And I'm
You know,
grateful.
you bring up such a wonderful point where you say, I'm gonna get out on that floor with my pad. And I can see you out there with that pad, a pencil stuck in your hair, or whatever it is, and you do it. Let me tell y'all something. There people were dancing. I say, oh, come on, let's get out there. I don't know that one. And I don't want to be embarrassed. Well,
Mhm.
guess what? You have to be willing to look stark raving mad to save your own life. How willing are you to look a little crazy for a little while so that you can be all right for the rest of the while? How crazy must you willing to be so that you can get out there? So I don't know. You know, it took me a year to learn the NA hustle, okay? And them turns and them quarter turns and one thing another. But baby, I was bumping into all kinds of people. But when I got it, every time that song came on, I jumped up out my chair because I looked at all the times I was willing to look a little foolish, maybe to some, because that's a judgment. But you know, I was on the learning curve back then.
Yes,
So I was
yes,
like,
yes.
oh man, I didn't get that turn. Okay, I get it the next time. I get it the next time. Because and the flow, but I was willing to look crazy for just a little while so that I could be
Indeed.
all right with it and look smooth for the rest of the while, baby. Okay.
Yes.
So
When
it's
I've
all
took
right.
when I took my first line dance, well, not my first, when I began like 10 years ago in LA learning to line dance, I was in my class, and I wasn't teaching. I'm always open to share. So that's how you end up teaching. We all know this. So let's be real. So I saw this young lady in the middle of the floor and she looked like, you know, kind of confused. I went over to her and she was literally, tears were flowing from her eyes. She goes, I can't get this dance. I can't understand it. And it was our version of Wild Wild West in Los Angeles. And so I said, hey, let me take you out in the lobby and I'll show you, you know, and, you know, we're going to get this. So as we were walking, I noticed she grabbed my arm. It was a lot of people on the floor. And then she whipped out her walking cane. And I realized she was blind.
Wow.
We got out in the lobby and I said, okay, I touched her right leg. I told her, I said, let's walk around the perimeter of the room. This is this turn, this turn, this turn. We stayed out there for a few minutes, over and over and over, repetition, consistency, you know, and she got that dance. She is one of my best friends to this day. She has helped me teach classes. Phenomenal dancer, legally blind.
Legally blind. And
You
what's
know?
your excuse? Okay. That has to tell people all that time. What's your excuse?
Indeed.
What is your excuse? We got blind people doing line dancing. Okay. We got people who can't look. Helen Keller couldn't see, hear, or speak. What is your excuse?
You know what I tell people, Mama Danny? I tell people or children, because I work with schools. I used to tell people, you didn't know how to talk or walk or eat when you, I mean, you know, you didn't know how to talk or walk when you got here. So don't tell me, you know, there's nothing you can't do. Look at it, get it,
Allison
get it,
got
get it, get it. Look at it, get it. Ow, get it. 1, 2, 3. Get it, Allison. Allison,
Get it,
pay
Allison.
attention. Don't miss your next bus now. Pay attention. But yeah, that's so serious. You know, I tell people, I don't want to hear that. And after after I had my daughter, I was like, there's nothing I can't do after you have a baby
Come on, come
or
on.
birth that project.
Everybody. You know what? I had a group of young women, and this one young lady was talking about she wasn't getting the help that she expected her husband to want to do while she was pregnant or whatever it is. And he came home one day and said the wrong thing. And she said, I'm growing fingernails in here. What do you expect? And I was like, wow, that is so true. I'm growing fingernails inside me. What? And I was like, oh my God.
Fingernails.
Of it all. Okay. I want to say something. And Allison, I know you shaking your head. In London, when you get on the trains or I don't know what you call them, there's a notice on the floor that says mind the gap. And because there's a gap in between the where you stand on before you get over to get onto the train, there it is. Right. And so there's a space and it's always telling you to mind the gap so you won't fall into, there it is. Hey, mind the gap. Yeah. And so that was always so amazing to me. A reminder to mind the gap. That there is something in that space. And you get to choose what it's good, if it's useful, if it's powerful, or whatever it is. But just mind that gap so that as you're stepping into stepping into tomorrow or stepping into your destiny or stepping into that, you mind those things so that you won't fall down and get lost or fall and get hurt or whatever it is. Just mind the gap. And I just, as you were on the tram or whatever it is, it reminded me that how much I thought about that when I was over there. Yeah. Woo, mind the gap, ladies. Oh, mind the gap. Let me shut up because we are at 8:52 and and I just want to say welcome and thank you for being present for Passionate Fridays. You all bring such a glorious feeling to me when I see you all and I see your names and I see and we share. Seeing and sharing. That's what we do. Seeing and sharing.
Thank you so much. And
Yeah.
I want you to know that I've been thinking of a friend. I want to make sure she hears, this kind of conversation. She would love it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, don't be attached to the outcome, ladies. Whatever you offer somebody, do not be attached to the outcome of what they just need to come, or they just ought to do this, and they just those are judgments, and we don't want to should on anybody. Make the offering. Let them make the choice. Just like you got a choice, so do they. So do they. So they may not show up today, they may not show up next week, but one day you'll see their name or you'll see their picture down there. Oh, she showed up, yay! Have faith. Have faith that whatever you share that they could use, or whatever it is. But make the offering and don't be attached to the outcome. Okay.
And I even offered, give them the website
Yeah.
so that they could go and look at the archives.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, great idea. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because everybody's not into the forum and technology, and they're still getting to it. So, but the one thing that I do know is that everybody who's here is going to get exactly what they need when they show up. Okay, that's right. Okay, I see you, Allison. Yeah. So I know that we are coming to a close, and I just wanted to say, this week has been a little challenging for me, and but I was so looking forward to this morning. So looking forward to this morning. And even though my heart is saddened, whatever it is, there is joy. There's always joy to be found. And you can have, I think it was Still Magnolias, where Sally Field was standing at the graveside of her daughter. And she just wanted to hit somebody. She said, I just want to hit somebody. And Olympian Dukakis grabbed Shirley MacLaine and said, here, hit Weezer. Go ahead, sock her, McLean. Just go ahead and sock her. All the Chicopee County would give their eye tooth to take a whack at Weezer. And all of a sudden, everybody started laughing. Just laughing. And it shifted that energy.
Yes.
From total sadness to complete joy.
Yes.
So know that whatever you're going through, if it's a challenge or whatever it is, you can shift the energy into complete joy. You can do that. And this did that for me this morning. It shifted that energy into complete joy. And I thank every last one of you. Thank you.
I just want to share with you some upcoming events for Elizabeth, what we're going to be doing. We have the festival next week at the African World Festival, and that's going to be down at Hart Plaza. We will not have a vending spot, but we will be just down there at your own time, or sometimes we will say we're going to meet at a particular time. It's a free flow thing. Okay. But what we are committing ourselves to as Elizabeths is that on the 14th at my salon, the school, Everett's on Iron Street, we will be collecting and raising funds for book bags for the children for August, for the Hug Detroit Day, which is Sky's baby. She's birthing it. I'm the partner with that. Hug Detroit Day. It's a full day of music. It's a festival. It's a true festival. It's 10 years old. So we've been out here for a minute. And we want to raise in the name of Elizabeth. We want to give the children some book bags and school supplies and canned goods for families and non-perishable items. Want to box them up and give. So we want you to tell everybody. I do have a flyer for it, and I'll be posting the flyer. we're going to also, we've got Fauna coming in town. We've got Mama Ayaba, and we also have Mama Awa coming in. And we also, I don't know, Empress, are you coming in? She can answer in a minute, but anyway, so they'll be staying at Mama Awa's home, at her family home. And so on Friday night, we're going to hang out over there. Just hang out, you know, if you wanted to bring a bed, just fall asleep, you know, you can do that. But we're having just a hangout, and we're going to talk about just things. We just get to know each other on a personal basis, hug each other and stuff like that. And
can you repeat where and when you said?
that I'm gonna send out an email to everybody that I have an email to, about, you know, where everything's going to be. So you'll get the information. And then that's on the 14th. Now on the 13th, Lily B and At Peace are sponsoring a sister circle. Now, is there a particular moon thing that's happening on the 13th? I don't know. Usually that's when they do it.
I think it's new moon.
Okay, so that's going to be on the 13th, but on the 14th, we're coming together to raise money, and we'll do impromptu entertainment. You know, just we're there from 6 to 9, and just whatever. All of you are so talented in what you do. We will also have Nawili, we will have, and Mama Evelyn, we will have art stuff. So when people come in, they want to hang out with us, they can, you know, go to the art table and do some things there as well. And yeah, so then we just be hanging out. And on Sunday, we're going to do a mini conference. So we start at 8 in the morning, 8 to 10. It'll be our kickoff for Elizabeth's Kitchen. And so before I say, well, with Razia, please keep her in your prayers because she is going through a physical challenge.
Okay.
And she said the last time that she was on, when she got off, she could not move. She couldn't get up. So whatever that attack is on her body, we want to keep her lifted up.
Absolutely.
But Fauna will be, and she will be, you know, it'll be live on from 8 to 10, but downstairs, because I have a loft that has 2 levels. Downstairs, we will be doing yoga with Nawili. We will be doing visual meditation with At Peace. And we want you to walk through what your passion is and what your business is, and walk through it, see it. What do you see? You know, when Mama Hetheru is dancing, where do you see you dancing? Where do you see your students at? If that's your vision, whatever that is, because the clearer your vision is, the closer the manifestation of it is. And
the feminine station.
Yeah, the feminine station. Get this right. And so we're going to have a good time, and we'll go to 2 o'clock, and then the rest of that evening will be, you know, going to the festival or whatever you want that to be. So that's Sunday, and then we're getting ready for November and February. We have to decide where we're going to fly to for our physical Elizabeth, but in November we will do an online conference. I know, you know, Mama Hetheru has experienced it. That's when I met her, but I didn't know, who is this person with all this energy?
I knew you already. I met you many times.
Yeah, but I, you know, yep. But in passing, I don't think we entertained one another as far as hanging out, talking, or like that, you know, but of course we've seen each other. So we'll talk about that more, but basically next weekend is on and popping, and you want to tell as many people as you can to support the children and bring some book bags, and you can order them online. and then bring it that way, or you can physically go buy them, or you can just buy paper. You know, you can buy the things to stuff them. So it doesn't matter. We just welcome whatever you're going to bring. And that's basically what's going on. We're getting into action. Yeah.
I got one quickie.
Yes,
So
babe.
Mama Tanae, who is my dance teacher and
Yeah, I know her.
my spiritual buddy and everything, she is DJ Love Beam, and she is DJing tomorrow at Beacon Park over on Grand River.
Oh, on Grand River, and yeah.
So we're gonna do a takeover. So I would love to invite the Elizabeths if you could come and
What
and shake
time?
it up. Oh, I'm sorry. 8. I think it starts at 8. It's
8
8
tomorrow
o'clock in
night?
the evening. 8 tomorrow night at Beacon Park
Ooh.
in Detroit on Grand River by the DTE building.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to stomp out them bills and still stomp on them bills. But yeah, I just wanted to invite everybody to that. So yeah.
Okay.
Will you put that information in the text?
Can you put it in the chat? Yeah.
In the text, in the group text on the phone.
Oh, in the group text. Okay. Oh, and Allison shared that it's full moon on the 13th. It's a full moon celebration on the 13th. Yeah.
I cannot get, well, I can't. There's two things. Star, when you said her picture, she looks like a Buddha.
She does. She does.
A happy Buddha.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
I cannot get past. I'm always looking forward to her. When she wasn't here last week, I really missed her. And Mama, what are you shaking your head? I'm talking about you. When Mama Hetheru wasn't here last week, the faces, expressions.
I know, and expressions. Yes.
Her face will never get old because she uses every muscle in her. Did you see her when she was going?
Oh, yes.
You are such a free spirit. And that's what I love. All of you are free spirits, even the quiet Deetra and the quiet Evelyn, just quiet, but man, you know, carry that space, hold that space, you know. I love you all. I love you so much. I so appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming in, even all the way from the UK. Do you know how when I was young, I would have to call my aunt. I would call her, and I'd always call her as can she pay for the call? You know, because I was in California, she was somewhere else, and I always call for collect. Can she collect? And now we're talking, and in an instant can connect to Allison in the UK.
I know, right?
Isn't $3.99?
Yeah. So I mean, you know, there's so many other changes that are happening that we want to keep up with it, and we want to be able to utilize it for our goodness. Look at that beautiful. Is that that's a black cat?
I know.
Yes.
This is Lucifer.
What do you call her?
Lucifer.
Oh, hi, Lucifer.
Lucifer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, if all is done, let's hug ourselves, give ourselves some love, and then hug the world.
Give my love.
All right, peace out.
All right, peace.
Thank you. Peace. I hope to see you tomorrow, Heth. Cause you know I'm gonna be out there dancing. Now I'll dance. I'll represent you too.
That's right.
And you
8 o'clock. Send us the information.
All right, love you. Peace out.
Peace out.
Thanks, Danny. I
Thank
love you.
I love you too.